Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. During this video, I'm just going to be discussing about what I did on my birthday, which was on the 28th of August. This is going to be split up into two parts. So the first part, I'm just going to be talking about what I did on that day. And the second part is just going to be like a little haul, all the stuff that I bought while at this location I'm going to tell you about, and also about what I spent some of my birthday money on. So on the 28th, me and my brother decided to go up to a seaside town called Brighton, which for reference for people that have never been over here or to Brighton, Brighton is a seaside town located on the south of the UK. We haven't been there for years. And yeah, it's like a little seaside town, so it has piers. If you don't know what a pier is, it's just basically how can I describe it? It's like this construction that goes out partly into sea, or partly, or actually partly on the sea, with all these attractions on it, which is mostly arcades and rides. So it was my brother's idea to go to Brighton, and we got super early in the morning, got a couple of trains there. It didn't take us super long to get up there, about an hour and a half. It was a super easy trip because I searched how to get up there on my phone. And then when we went up there, we had to walk a little bit to the coast or to the beach because the closest station, Ugly Finds, was about a 10-minute walk. So when we got there, we went straight to the pier, where we went on to some of the arcades machines. I went on to some of the coin pusher things and to have a go on some of the crane games. Didn't manage to win anything, but it's just about having fun. And then we went on to some rides that were at the end of the pier. There was like, it was kind of like a pay as you go type of thing. They had a massive list of all the rides that you could go on, and you can pick and choose, or I suppose there is a like pay once and go on whatever you want. But we went on two things. The first thing that we went on was the Crazy Mouse, which was, I think, probably the most aggressive Crazy Mouse roller coaster that I've ever been on. Definitely worth the price that we paid. And the second thing that we went on is the Horror Hotel, basically a ghost train. I'll have some pictures on the screen, so I took a couple of pictures of the outside. It was okay. It was very, very cheesy, full of jump scares. I mean, when you go on the pier on the ghost train, you know what you're expecting. You actually know what it's gonna be. But it was a fun time. We went on in some of the shops. We went into some of the souvenir shops, and there was some sweet shops or candy shops. What else? We got some. Well, there was a fish and chip place there, but I got a couple of sausages, these small little sausages things, and some chips, and I believe a Coke or a Pepsi. My brother got the same thing, but he got some fish cakes. So we went on to the beach, which wasn't a sand beach. Well, there was a little bit of sand on the where the waves come in, but it's a man-made beach, which is a stone beach. Yeah, pebbles everywhere. It was a busy day. It was really great weather as well. It was really warm, and we just sat on the beach and ate our lunch and enjoying the atmosphere and all that stuff. And I kept on looking around to see if I could find some, shells to bring back home with me. What else? We went on Crazy Golf, which was a Pirates of the Caribbean theme, and it was all like fenced in. It looked small, It wasn't particularly expensive, but it was well worth the money that it was being charged for. It was worth the time. It was fun. We had a lot of enjoyment out of it, and it's definitely something that I wouldn't mind having a go again when we go back there, because we are planning to go back there for my brother's birthday for February. But this time we are planning to stay there for a few days, make a little trip out of it. Find a decent B&B or bed and breakfast or a hotel, not like a cheap thing, but a decent price. Then we went on a train that my brother went on, and he was talking about it. I didn't know what to expect, but basically it's the train this little wooden rickety old train that's been there for 140 years, and it went along the coast, along this little track, and we had a return trip, so we went one way and then we stayed on, then we came back. It was okay. It was a fun thing to do. I can't remember how much it cost, but it was interesting. It was fun. Trying to remember what else we did now. We sat on the beach quite a lot. We went into some shops. There was a mall that we went to, because as we were going from the station to the beach, we passed a shopping centre, and we found a shopping mall, which we went into, and went on every floor and had a good look round. Went into some shops where my brother bought a Blu-ray of Weird World, the Disney film. We had some ice cream, I remember that. And there was obviously a bookshop there that I had to go into, a big chain bookshop that me and my brother went into. They had a really, really decent sized manga and graphic novel section. Usually these chain bookshops, they only have like small manga and graphic novel sections, but this one was massive, as well as a really decently like amount of horror books, which I obviously had a look at. We went into a restaurant for dinner because I had an idea about going to this Chinese restaurant, which I saw on the way to the mall. And when we went there, there was no tables. It was really busy. It wasn't anything like exciting or posh or anything like that. But there was no tables, well, apart from one outside. So my brother just decided, oh, well, why don't we go to Weatherspoons? And I'm like, okay. And I've never been into Weatherspoons before, but basically, it's a pub that serves food and obviously alcohol. We didn't have any alcohol because my brother doesn't drink, and I mean, I drink alcohol, but it's very rare. But I went in there, and my God, the atmosphere was so gloomy. I mean, the atmosphere was so bad. The clientele, well, first off, the decor left a lot to be desired. There was a little something on the floor which I still have no idea if it was a condom or a bit of dried lemon that was like a little circle. I have no idea if it was a condom or a piece of dried lemon from someone's drink that they dropped on the floor. But the clientele either ranged from really nice old men that were like staring into the abyss, and looked all calm and somber, and thinking about days that could have been that were never were. I mean, yes, you get the point. And it was either that or real drunken teenagers that couldn't hold their liquor. The staff as well, they were doing their best. I can't really have a go at the staff, but I had a real good impression that none of them really wanted to actually be there. I described the experience on one of my community tags saying that, and I still stand by this, that Weatherspoons is where dreams go to die. it was so depressing. The food that we had was okay. It was nothing special. I expected a bit more, if I was to be honest. When I got my food and I looked at it, I was thinking, okay, is this it? But it was okay. I wouldn't go back there ever again, even if I was really hungry. But I suppose, it's one of these experiences really that bad experiences that you encounter that you regret doing, and you're thinking, okay, I'm never going to do that again. What else? We went into this comic book shop that was called the Forbidden Planet. That's exactly what the one in Tottenham Court Road, my favourite bookshop, or my favourite comic book shop, whatever it is called. But this one didn't have any of the branding. I mean, it had the same name, but it didn't have any of the branding for it. But it was basically the same thing. It sold the same thing: comic books, pop figures, and all that type of stuff. And obviously, we went along the coast as well. We went into all these little arts and crafts shops that they did there. We bought a couple of things. And after we had something to eat in Wetherspoons, the place where dreams go to die, I believe we went straight back home. It was irritating to actually go back home because the trains are full. We had to stand up for most of the time. But we had a good day. We had a good day. By the time we actually came back home, it was pitch black. So I think that when we go back there, a hotel or a place to stay is probably going to be, the better option. So that is what I actually did. I got a bunch of cards, which I opened before I left. And I had some cake, which was left in the fridge. So that was my day. I won't say how old I am because I don't like to say or think about it because one, it's depressing, and two, it just reminds me, okay, I'm one step closer to being dead. So that's my morbid way of thinking about it. So that's what I did. So what did I buy? Well, at the at Brighton, I'll have some pictures on the screen because some of this stuff I've put away. But I got a little statue of a little figurine of a row of seagulls on these little wooden pylon things that are on the beach. And I put that on my bookshelf in my reading den for it looked really cool. I bought this postcard of the pier at night, which I thought was a good one. So I have that in my reading den. This props up on the desk in my reading den near the window. And I also got a painted shell which had some dolphins on it and Brighton underneath it. I'm pretty sure it was all hand painted. Some of them were a bit battered, but I think I picked out the one that was in the best condition. So that's in my on the desk on my in my reading den. And I also got this little bowl of mixed shells. It was kind of like a wicker basket. I never intended to hold on to the basket, but I got these shells primarily to put in this or around this plant this pot plant that was in my reading den, but it died, so I had to carve all the flowers because they all died. And my dad planted it in the garden near the greenhouse, and it was a favourite spot of Jake's, which is my dog that's passed away a while ago. And I wanted to get some shells just to put around the mud around this plant so I can make it look prettier. But I'm going to move them to a there's a concrete thing there. I mean, you actually see up on here, but there's a concrete section behind the plant which I decided to put them on it because when I have to weed that area, then it's going to be less of a pain in the ass for me to do it. So I'll have before and after picture of that. Oh yeah, the shells that I managed to pick out on the beach, I put around a figure that I have of a dog with an angel wing behind it, which my window shelf is dedicated to actually Jake, my dog. I have a bronze statue of him on the left, a wings, a angel wing with a dog in the middle, and a plant on the side, as well as, I don't know if you can quite see it, I'll probably try to get it in there as well, but on the right hand side there's a little figurine of a ghostly figure. If you don't know what that is, that's just No Face from the Studio Ghibli movie called Spirited Away. That was there. I didn't get that for Jake, but it's kind of like something I have in my room as kind of a watcher of my room. I feel it's there just to protect my room. I know it's silly. But the plant, the winged angel dog thing, and the bronze statue is what I got for Jake, or in honor of Jake. And I put the shelves around the angel winged dog, as well as there's this little white rock, kind of like a white round egg shaped rock thing. When I was on the beach, I became really intrigued by this rock. I have no idea why, but I seem to be fixated on this stone. I do not know the reason. Maybe it was the colour, maybe it was the shape, maybe it was the texture, I do not know, or maybe all above. But I felt compelled to take it home with me, so I put it with the shelves that I put around the angel wing. The shelves are only at the front and the stones at the back, so yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. And I also picked up some rock from Brighton. It's a picture of the pier there, and yeah, this is it, little assortment of rock. If you don't know what rock is, it's pretty much hard candy, but that's what it is, it's like hard candy but long. I'm just going to probably break this up at some point and put it into a box and just eat the pieces every now and then. At the bookshop that I mentioned, I got one book. There were a few books that I were considering to get, but this one I only managed to buy, or wanted to buy, or did buy, or whatever. And that is a horror book called Night Train. About a woman, I believe, that wakes up on a train full of dead people, and she has to figure out the reason why she's on this train and why she can't remember things. I'm actually not expecting it to be a masterpiece, but it sounded intriguing and fun, and I wanted to get it. Once again, I'm not expecting this to be absolutely mind-blowing, but I'm fascinated because I do a lot of my travelling to and from work on the train, and when I'm going places, I go on the train, so I thought it'd be kind of cool. So when I went to my favourite comic book shop called The Forbidden Planet, this was not the knockoff one I think it was at Brighton, this was the one in London. I got a couple of things, I spent loads of time in there, but I got 3 things. First I'll show you the books. I got a sci-fi horror book called The Strange, which I read the back of it and it sounded intriguing. And yeah, obviously you can see that I got some money off of it. That helped me decide about this purchase, but it sounded cool, and I'm always looking forward to reading, or I'm always looking to read more sci-fi books. So because I like horror and this is sci-fi as well, I think it might ease me into reading more science fiction. Maybe not this year, but I want to try to read more science fiction next year, so yeah. But this sounded really cool. Kind of like a Doctor Who type of story. But it's nothing to do with Doctor Who, but it just reminded me, that's all. And the next book that I got, and the last book that I got from Forbidden Planet, was this one called The Hollow Places. Now, when I got this, I thought it was a book that Criminali was talking about on his channel. So I thought, oh, okay, I should recognise that. I recognised the cover, but when I went and looked, I'm pretty sure the book that I was thinking about was a completely different one. But this is about a lady called Cara who is staying at her uncle's, and she finds this message scrawled on the wall saying, "Pray that they don't. Pray that they are hungry." And it's a portal horror type of book. It sounded awesome. This was the only copy that the store had, or the only one that they had out on display, rather. I mean, I hate this material or whatever that they have on the cover, because it's one of them ones which, when you hold the book, it maintains all your fingerprints. So the book looks more grubby than what it needs to be, I suppose. I don't know. But this book sounded really awesome, horror book, and when I read the synopsis, I just couldn't say no to buying this. Even if it didn't have the £2 off thing, I probably still would have bought it. And the final thing that I managed to buy, which I was kind of on the fence for, this isn't something that I usually buy. I have got one of these, maybe two of these in my room. Well, one of them is mine, one of them I intend to give away as a gift at a future date. But I was looking at the Funko Pops, and there was this particular one that, there was a new section there. And I was looking at the Funko Pops, and there was a one that I saw that I was thinking, okay, that would make a cool Christmas decoration. So I was kind of, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? And then in the end, I thought, you know what? Okay, I'll buy it. It actually looks cool. It looks going to be. It looks like it's going to be a cool Christmas decoration. This is what I intend it to be. I'm not going to keep this in the box. I'm not going to open it. I'm going to put it on display. And then after the Christmas period, I'm going to put it back in its box and store it away, and it's going to come out in the next 12 months. And that is a Jack Skellington Funko Pop. This is the Santa Jack Funko Pop, where he's in his little Santa Claus outfit. If you can quite see that, it's got his arms sprayed, it's got some Christmas lights wrapped around him. It's on a little plastic stand there. He's got his Santa hat on, which has a little bauble on the back. With beard, yeah, it looks really cool. And that's all the sides of the box. That's the back. That's the a better looking picture of him. Bottom, top. And it does have a Christmas Sally, which I do intend fully to go back to the shop very soon and pick up, which is a Santa Sally or a Christmas Sally. And it has a Christmas Zero there, which is just called Zero, which has a candy cane in its mouth. Not sure about Zero, but I'm definitely going to get Sally. But when I go and pick up Sally or buy Sally, I will have a look at Zero, and who knows, maybe I will think, okay, I'll get Zero and complete the set. Not sure where I'll put this, where I'm going to put these in my room, but I'll figure that out when it becomes Christmas. Now, recently, one of my friends on the 28th sent me a gift card of £30 for an Amazon gift card, and that is Kathy. Thank you so much, Kathy, for sending me this. This was a massive surprise. I didn't intend for you to. I didn't expect this to actually happen. I didn't. You didn't have to. You didn't have to, but she did, because she saw one of my videos and she thought that I was sad because of Jake and Pax's death, which yes, obviously I'm still sad by. But she wanted to send me a gift card to try cheer me up. Obviously you didn't have to, but thank you anyway. So when I got this gift card, I was thinking, what should I buy? Should I buy a book or books that I know that I haven't read before, but I know that I'm going to like them? But then I was thinking, well, how do I know I'm going to like them? There's been a few books this year that I've read that I thought I was going to like, but I thought that they were okay. Then I thought, well, should I buy books from the author or from like new horror books, and I'm thinking, well, maybe they're going to come in my Abominable Book Club box. So I was back and forth about what type of books to get. There was like a graphic novel that I was going to get. I was going to get maybe the James Rolfe's recent book, a movie making nerds book. But then I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to get a bunch of books from a author that I have read a book by and I've loved, and that is Carl John Lee. And the book that I'm talking about is Psychic Teenage Bloodbath, which I absolutely loved. And I managed to get the rest of his books, which is 4 books, and I've got all his books now. There was a £1 extra thing that I had to get because this was 31, so I had to pay £1 just to get these, which was worth it. These are all small, and I thought, you know, I'll just get these because I like his stuff. So and these are really small, so it's, you know, really cool, really accessible. So the first one is called Horror House of Perversion, which I love that cover. Then Horror House of Perversion 2, The Slaughtered Lamb, or Lambs. And I got a book called Death Freaks on Hell's Highway, which has that character that looks exactly like Peter Dinklage. But this sounded really cool. I read all the synopsises on all these books. And lastly, I got Cannibal Vengeance, which says it's a banned in 24 countries. So that's always a fun thing to actually see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going all through these ones. I'll probably read the House of Perversion first. Then who knows what other ones what next one I'll be reading. Maybe Death Freaks. But yeah, I'm excited to get them. Thank you so much once again, Kathy, for doing that. You didn't have to. And yeah, I mean, I had a good birthday. It was a very contemplating thing. It was just another day for me. But yeah, it was a fun day. It was a fun day. I got loads of things. There's a few things I'm still planning to get, like Sally, and there's a few books I might get at a Forbidden Planet when I return there very soon. But yeah, hopefully you found this video somewhat interesting. If you've stayed throughout this whole thing, first off, thank you, and secondly, you probably got other stuff you've got to do, so I better let you go. This is going to be a pain in the ass for me to edit, but I'll get this out as soon as I can. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video.